Sister Naomi, I want to say something about China's environment crisis. Have you ever heard something environment problem about China?
No.
Maybe because I'm from China and my hometown is like this. Yeah. And 2013, millions of Chinese are breathing dirty air and harmful air. Like a big city in Beijing, Shanghai, Hong Kong, and includes my hometown. My hometown is not a big city, so Danzhou here. And children are not allowed to go out. The adults, they go out, they wear protective masks. This is a picture factory. This is sun. People are working on the street. And what is it? You know, before I didn't realize this. And also, most of Chinese, they didn't realize what's that. Because every day they live there, the same life. We don't go out, go about. So when I came here, I told my mother, you know, why my coat, all my white shoes, dirty. If at home, my mother told me one day, your white clothes will get dirty. And it's true in China. And if I rode a bicycle to school and I came back the whole day, I can feel my face can touch something like this. It's so, but I didn't realize, like all Chinese, they didn't realize. Sometimes we had I remember in early time we had, in the morning when we just got up, we had very, very bad smog. We didn't know what's that. We thought it was just naturally. It's a natural phenomenon. It's smog, but we don't know it's from air pollution. Until 2013, people started to realize it because in Beijing, long time, around 1 month, just every day smog, very thick smog, and people wear masks to protect them. And people try to think, what's this? Where it come from? So it's in the worst time, most polluted city, the AQI, air quality index, can arrive to 500 to 1,000, which is very bad for our health, for our life. Now in American, AQI, air quality index, if exceeds 150, it's unhealthy, and approach to 300 is harmful. You can help to see. I quality index with a map. This is China's map. This is whole central China. My Beijing is here, my family is here, my hometown is here. Whole central China and East China. See? The lightest yellow one is better. Yellow number is better, and the red one is bad, and the purple one is worst. You see the number. Most of number exceeds 150. It is normal time. It's today's air quality. So let's go to see. Do you want to see Americans? This is Americans' air quality index. It's all here. Okay, where is here.
Nevada.
Nevada or Montana?
Yeah.
Nevada.
Looks like here is Worcester. Worcester air quality here. So
Probably Vegas.
Cigarettes everywhere.
California has bad too. Some parts. LA.
So I just want to how bad China's air quality is. And now I think already changed a little bit because government and people realize it. So now we talk about governments and individuals, people's reaction. From 2013, government tries to make a law protect the environment and against the factories and the individual polluting the environment. The one most powerful voice is from this lady, not lady. Her name is Cai Jin. She used to be a reporter, environmental pollution reporter. But when she got, she knew her she was pregnant, and doctor told her, your baby needed a surgery after your baby just born, because her baby had tumor. So this Cai Jin was very sad, and after her daughter was born, had a surgery, cut off the tumor, and she decided to stop her job and to take care of her daughter. And because she's a professional reporter about environment pollution, so she tried to figure out what's wrong, what's this, what happened. So this is so very famous documentary film is she made it is Under the Dome. I couldn't. Where is that? Why the video?
Go back.
I know, I see, because I didn't. Because her original speaking introduced this documentaries in Chinese. It has English lyric, so I chose another from second one. Or this one?
Mm-hmm.
Worse and worse over the last few years, and she tells them, well, actually, it's been going on even longer. But she's not just there to fearmonger, but she's really trying to create, I think, kind of a primer of like, where is this coming from, right? It's the coal, it's the oil, the steel, and it's true that while she is pointing to the problems with the industry, she's also equally damning of the poor regulation, the poor enforcement, and looking at the gaps in governance. But what I thought was really positive about it was that how many people spoke to her quite openly. Government, researchers, people on the street, obviously, but I think that it is a positive side, and in fact she is, I think, very positive that people were so willing to talk to her and get that information out. Now we have seen, as it was just reported, that maybe the government's kind of pulling back on being open about it, but the film was actually launched and what kind of almost appeared like a Chinese media campaign in getting it out.
Yeah, it's sort of a byproduct, I suppose, of the unbridled growth that China has, quote-unquote, enjoyed. But when you look at the results of it, it's quite staggering. There was part of the documentary where there's a time lapse of various cities,
yeah.
And some of these cities that just did not see blue sky for months and months on end. That's something that struck me. She's also had a lot of pushback on social media too, hasn't she?
Yeah, and I think that, some people I think maybe have been a little unfair, saying, well, she's not offering solution. And I'm thinking, she took a big bite and really kind of tried to create a national conversation to really help people understand not only the sources of pollution, but also exactly what the pollution is doing to you. I don't know if you saw the cartoon about the little PM 2.5 particulates getting into your lungs. It's kind of ironic that here's this war on your body at the same time that the government has declared a war on pollution. And where, she didn't maybe, again, go deep into some of the solutions and the positive trends, because you can't do it all in one film. But the Chinese government is the #1 investor in the world in clean energy technologies. They've committed last year, together with the United States, to really start capping their coal consumption, and for the first time in decades, coal consumption dropped about 2% last year. But you have to think, 70% of their economy is dependent on coal, and it's going to be like turning the Titanic. And that turn has becoming very much from the top down, but in response somewhat to bottom-up pressure. And I think now, the reaction to this film is showing you there's a lot of bottom-up pressure that's probably coming down the line.
Yeah, you'd imagine. I'm sure it sparked quite a conversation in households and over dinner tables. I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, in this documentary you have this journalist who is also linking her own daughter's health problems, her daughter being born with the tumor, to this air pollution.
And press the escape button.
Bottom.
Press the escape button.
Well, I think that she's not linking it.
So from the video we know China's pollution mainly from coal pollution, because most of factory they got energy from firing coal. And another reason is China's economy is blooming now. Blooming now means more factories and more cars. Even my family is poor. We just got one car. Like also in individuals' family, we also need this is car pollution. This is at home, we use this stove. Also burn coal. So every family in the rural place, even city, they also use coal. So what is the aftermath? People can get disease from this dirty air. See, the air goes from via mouth, via nose, and goes to our body, go to organ, especially lung, and make us have lung cancer. And children and elders who are weak, they get sick first. So, facing the environment problem, environment pollution, what we can do? It's all people in the world connect together. It's China, it's far from us, but what we learn from that, what lesson we got. So I invite everyone to realize it, try to, in our daily life, try to reduce, reuse, and recycle. If you have one paper, you have notebook, you use one side, please don't throw it away. Another side you still can use, because some people, they don't have, poor kids, poor place, they don't have this material. And try to use canned food, not instead of plastic, because plastic is hard to decay. It's my picture. When you go shopping, try to use a cloth bag instead of a plastic one, and see our results. That's all. So.
Good job, keeping with our tradition.